to be live on both.
We're
awesome. Huh? Yeah. Hey everybody. What's happening? Happy Halloween. It's pajama day. I'm wearing my pajamas. I got my slippers on. We have some Halloween decorations around. Elizabeth is not going to paint on top of the masks, but Halloween decorations are great when you explain them.
Huh.
Tonight, we're going to be playing a whole bunch of songs for about an hour or so, 45 minutes or an hour, and we will lean in, open up with a few of our choice, and then we'll return to the fun request line thing. And so when I ask for it, if you have any requests or something, just put them, say, in the comments, and we'll try to see them. I gotta be honest, guys. There's a lot happening in the world. I don't know what else to say with the election coming up, Supreme Court stuff, all the things. But I will say this: the goal of a lot of people who often have power is to try to convince those who don't have that the people in powerful position often try to confuse the rest of us into thinking that we have absolutely no power. And I was getting kind of...
Is that okay there?
Oh yeah, no, that should be way over here. I'm sorry if YouTube was... People in positions of power are often trying to convince the rest of us that we have no power, which is not the case. And I was thinking a lot about how there's things that I would like to happen in terms of socially and governmentally and all these things. And it feels like sometimes there's absolutely no hope, which thankfully is often... I think for all of us, a fleeting feeling. And wherever you land on the spectrum of this or that, it's just unfair whenever anyone takes advantage of any system, which is definitely happening. But I feel like this is something that I'm kind of jumping on the train to and finally feeling this. But there are people in this country who, because of some form of people group that they were born into or are, have been very marginalized. And I now feel a little marginalized because I've started to dip my toes into being politically active in the last few years. And it's, I don't know. There are groups of people who have been fighting for hundreds of years to get small increments. And so whether your side wins or loses or whatever happens with the upcoming election and the future, it's just you take a day to feel the grief, and then you get up, you dust yourself off, and you write the next song, and you go to the next place, and you have the next conversation and keep going. Anyway, look, I'm pretty much talking to myself. I know you all came here for music and art and not political discussion, but it's the hopelessness is it's an enemy that doesn't quit. So let's not quit. Would you like to not quit with me, Elizabeth?
All right.
I don't know why I feel I need to comment on these things, but always building an effigy for something that will never breathe, but has a life beyond what you need and what it exists for. I should know you then. I'm pretty sure we wouldn't be friends, but who you were and what I am could not have worked open wide. So much so that they've opened mine. And what I see I don't really like. I'm glad I'm not alone. While I'm eating this popsicle, or should I get all political? Kinda want to, but I don't know it all. That never stopped anyone before. Less work for me, and the privilege I deny still gets used most of the time. I say I'm charming, brave, and wise. That's my excuse for why. Cause I'm a man and my skin is white. The specific questions don't really matter, I know I'm right. And your concrete goals, overwhelming polls, all the data on your side is just an opinion. I can fight. Always best. I'm not on the side that gets less. I get paid more because of my sex. That's what I've come to expect. Great. Okay, let's just keep going, cause it's you good to just.
Yeah. Where's my water? Did you bring me water?
Yes, it's right on the cup. If anyone has any political opinions that you want to express in the comments, keep it civil, and if you can't be civil, go to Reddit. Because this is not the place. And just don't talk about, I'm sorry. This is what you get with us. You've given in again. You have a duty, you said. What is it like for you to feel pressure and used? It's a great white shark and it's gnawing through the limbs of my world. It's a great white love and it hasn't begun to unfurl. sex and it in the part of a girl. It's a great white thought that is uncomfortably unsure. Following endlessly into my inner ceremony, and I don't feel like my high self, but I'm sure I am no one else. It's a great white shark and it's gnawing through the limbs of my world. It's a great white love and it hasn't begun to unfurl. It's a great white sex and it's hidden in the heart of a girl. It's a great white thought that is uncomfortably unsure. It's a great white shark and it's gnawing through the limbs of my world. It's a great white love and it hasn't begun to unfurl. It's a great white sex and it's hidden in the heart of a girl. It's a great white thought that is uncomfortably unsure. Great. Let's do requests if anyone has any. Actually, let's do. Yeah, no, right now. I know there's a little bit of a lag, but yeah, I don't know. Just yeah, comment if there's a song you want. Even if you're like, hey, what's that song that goes bop-a-doop-a-dee? Do that, and I'll probably figure out what it is. Yeah, okay.
Write these down, or?
Yes, probably should.
Here, you wanna?
I got a paper here. Yeah. Just keep an eye out on the thing.
Apocalypse Boys.
I
Can you do that one?
can't. I haven't figured out Apocalypse voice yet. Sorry. Next week. I promise I'll do
When
that.
you
But
sleep.
okay.
Foggy mess.
Let's do 2 more. Unless things dry up. Cosmic Joke. Yeah, Apocalypse voice. I'm in the process of figuring that one out. I apologize. That was one we kind of built with the piano, not as the main instrument at first. Any others, or just?
Yeah, that's what we got for now.
Okay, that's fine. We'll just keep going then.
Little joke.
Oh, okay. While we're playing this,
Dirty like.
all right, there, we made it, guys. We did it together. While we're playing this, please post something that is making you happy right now. Just whether it's a show or a friend or something, post it and say why. Let's create a good atmosphere right now. I apologize that I'm a little my brain's a little hurt at the moment. But let's try to make these spaces kind of fun. So I don't know, just it's something that's bringing you joy right now, positive, even if it's like something that's not meant to, whatever. You make up the rules. Halloween, that's making me happy. So is Elizabeth's skeleton outfit. This is a Cosmic Joke. This is from the upcoming album. A daydreaming look on my face, pretending to float in space, without any form of tether, emotional or otherwise, and the freedom feels better. And is there any strife that won't be solved by an afterlife? Oh, the eternal fix we can assume. Well, if time heals every wound, then it'll all be over soon. The best jokes are always morbid, making fun of the distorted. The darkness loses its teeth when I laugh directly at it, pressed under my feet. And comedy's a gift, forever in the present when we riff. Well, if there's no more than this, yeah, the cosmic joke sure hits. Come on, that's hilarious. Thinking back over your life, questioning if you've done right. Well, some people, they rarely change. Well, but I highly doubt you're one of them. You're curious, you're brave. And comedy, nope, no, come on, Eric, get it right. Yeah, now you are set loose. Oh, you bite your tongue and cheek because you were told not to speak. Oh, but you need to be released. All right. Thanks. I'm actually let's have some fun, guys. This is all. I'm a little bit of okay. I don't know if I can play this. I'm gonna try to play Apocalypse Voice. I will defy apocalypse of personal noise. I will survive the encounter. In my heart, I tell the tale forever. The sound of an impossible voice I will defy. Apocalypse of personal noise, I will arise. Impossible voice I will defy. The silent lips of personal noise I will Fun fact I just realized right now.
Yes.
So at the end of that song, some of you, if you backed Kickstarter, you've heard the album already because we sent it out. And it kind of ends with apocalypse of personal noise, I will arise. And I just keep going like da 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 da, and I keep doing that, and it just kind of descends into chaos, and a lot of noise and stuff. I just realized right now that the only time I ever did that was that one time in the studio. And we knew it usually goes the, like, I'll rise, C, but usually goes to a C chord. But instead, it goes from the F to a C sharp. And originally it was like, rise, and kind of holding like a flat note sort of there. And then as a joke, I did the like, da 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 da. Just, I forget why, but in the studio. And then the guy I was working with was like, hey, that's really good. You should do that. And I'm like, really? And I like recorded it. And then I was like, I think it kind of sounds weird, maybe dumb. And he's like, no, it sounds great. And every other person who's heard it on the recording sounds great. But I never did it live. And just as it was happening, I was like, oh no, I didn't prepare for this at all. Anyway, there we go. Apocalypse voice. We did it. Okay. That was also one. I hope that sounded good on your end, but a lot of notes in Apocalypse voice, like the da, it's at the edge of my range without screaming.
Sounded a little squeaky.
Yeah. And I did that on purpose because part of when I was writing this album, it was to try to, a lot of the songs were to try to push my voice in ways that I can hit those notes like screaming, but trying to do it clear. Mm-hmm. And that was another thing I realized is that I should have warmed up my voice more before we started. But we're a professional band. This is great.
You sat on the internet and got sad.
I'm sorry. Sometimes my Google newsfeed is just like, hey, world's about to end. You want to see why? And I'm like, yes I do. And then 3 hours go by and I think back on that 3 hours and I'm like, that didn't help me at all in my life in any way.
What are you going to play now?
When you sleep, your chest moves as you breathe, rising and falling like the heat. And when you sleep, there are kittens by your feet, between all the crests and peaks. There's a picture on a train when you were in Japan. You slept so poetically, as noted by your friend, and I thought then that you were handsome. When we sleep together in the car seats, we're much closer than it seems. And when we sleep together before we dream, I feel like we are one thing. They said sleeping with a girl would send me straight to hell. 20-minute ceremony and then it's all well. 'Cause wedding bells and marriage cells, the Lord can tell. On our wedding night we did live watch cartoons. Spent our energy on family, friends, and neighbors too, 'cause we had to prove that we both knew what we were doing.
You did it.
Thank you. Cool. I've been reading the Neil Gaiman book Coraline, based off the movie's based off the book, to try to get into the Halloween spirit. It's I really like the movie. The movie's great. I think I expected the book to be not so much a children's book, which that's happened to me a couple of times where I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get really into, like, I hear that's a great story, and you start reading it and you're like, oh, this is not for me. Like, I have aged out. I can still enjoy it, but it's written for, either way, it's still creepy and fun. What are you reading? I'd rejoice in the glow of Christ. Tuesday I'd proclaim that it was all lies. Then right back to my religious self. I was sure of nothing and I wanted help. I heard that doubt like an annoying bell. I believed 'cause I was just scared of hell. Yeah, I had no depth of commitment. I followed Christ to avoid the punishment, so I changed my veil. I had a spiritual schism. I dabbled in the church of atheism, trying to rid myself of all that I could from the Sunday school lessons of my childhood. But something I noticed internally, like I didn't believe in God, but God believed in me. Was this a feeling from the divine, or something I made up in my mind? Oh, I've got a grief that resists but catches me, and I've got a grief that resists but catches me, and I try to flee and it chases happily. I've got a grief that resists but catches me. Oh, don't you find it so frustrating how you can really make the Bible say anything you can do what you want if you quote the right verse, from making fun of someone to putting them in a hearse? I'm not saying that the book contains no truth, but we need to realize that we pick and choose to fit God into our personal box. Maybe the point of it all is the paradox. It wasn't the Lord that disgusted me, it was my fellow followers' hypocrisy. And I say that knowing 100% I'm referring to myself as well as them, 'cause I'll quickly bark at rules and laws, forgetting I can't listen to my moving jaw. And the Bible states it quite clearly that those who thought that way are called Pharisees. Yeah, oh, I've got a grief that resists but catches me, and I've got a grief that resists but catches me, and I try to flee and it chases happily. I've got a grief that resists but catches me. Now I'm not sure of the title I hold. I'd rather not have one if I can be so bold. But the one thing I feel that I can sink my teeth into the love that forgives my enemies. And I know I'll fail with the bar so high, but something inside me compels me to try. Frustrated. The line where I say my name. Refugees and people who aren't white. I wish the word white rhymed with refugees. Maybe then something would come of it. Oh man, a few days ago I clicked on something in my Google feed that I knew I shouldn't have. It was talking about the Yellowstone volcano. It's the super volcano that's right under Yellowstone out in Wyoming. And this article was like, oh man, the thing's gonna blow, because it was like 600,000 years ago it blew, and then like 600,000 years before that it also blew up. And if it does blow up, it's gonna like destroy half of the North American continent, and it will be one of the worst tragedies ever to befall humanity. Especially because it's America, the pinnacle of humanity, as we're all well aware. So now I'm kinda scared of the super volcano. When I see it now, I wanna say hell no, but my Google feed keeps throwing me these articles written by people who are definitely a little crazy by the way that they're written, and I just keep getting these things about super volcanoes, and I don't really need the super volcano right now. I'm still sort of got some trauma from the murder hornets thing, which I think that's gone, but then there was like a nest found in Washington a few days ago, and it's like, great, I thought murder hornets was like a spring 2020 thing, but it's also a fall 2020 thing too. But then I made an album about hope, and earlier today I actually decided to put it on and listen to it myself, to try to listen to who I was when I made it, and the hope I felt that I did not feel at the moment. I gotta say, it kinda helped me to hear myself tell me everything was gonna be alright in a matter of speaking. In fact, I highly recommend, if any of you feel like it might help you too, when you're feeling hopeful, when you feel like the future is gonna be there, take out your phone, make a video of yourself saying, hell no, I won't give in to hopelessness. I'm gonna fight for all the causes, and I'm gonna be here in 50 years, and so's everyone who I know, and the things that I fear are gonna still be around, but I'll conquer them in a way that makes me wanna leave town. That didn't really, I was just thinking town and kind of went off there. Fun fact, I completely forgot. It was 7 years ago today that this song went into the world. Death Anxiety, to this very day, in 2013, was released. And at that time, the world was a very different place. I remember thinking, by the time 2020 rolled around, we would probably either be burnt out as a band or playing in like stadiums. And I think where we're at now is probably the best for both Elizabeth and my mental welfare. Cause almost anyone I know who plays in a stadium can't even do much, cause at that point they're so famous they can't really go to the store. And if we couldn't go to Aldi's, I'd be a little sad, cause I like going into Aldi's and I just trot right up there to the gluten-free section and I'm like, oh yeah, they got gluten-free cinnamon raisin bagels this week. They don't always have cinnamon raisin bagels, but sometimes they do. And I know that will be a slightly better week when the gluten-free cinnamon raisin bagels are in. And I put on the vegan butter because dairy makes me have to go to the bathroom in unfortunate ways these days. Foggy mess. Cheers, everybody. I don't know. Hi. That was definitely the longest version of that song. And I'm not sure if you could tell, but I added a lyric or two that didn't make the album version. A little joke is next, so let's move on to that. Are you underwhelmed? Perhaps there is something I'm missing. But I don't think that I endure much to exclaim. I don't think she is lying to my face, and her actions are a dead giveaway to how she thinks. Oh, it's an honest mistake and I'm sure it won't happen again. Oh, it's an honest mistake and I'm sure it won't happen again. Oh, it's an honest mistake and I'm sure it won't happen again. Yeah, it's an honest mistake and I'm sure it won't happen again. Do you understand? Well, I'm confused, 'cause you're still clinking glasses and beer spills from both sides of your mouth and onto your shirt. I can't tell and I can't read, I can't spell, I can't see if there's a scale used in design. Oh, it's an honest mistake and I'm sure it won't happen again. Yeah, it's an honest mistake and I'm sure it won't happen again. Oh, it's an honest mistake and I'm sure it won't happen again. It's an honest mistake, and I'm sure it won't happen again. Tearing down the only fulcrum that connects our speaking rounds. But a little joke about their faith is good for some devout. Selling crap for more than it's worth surely won't impress a king. But a little joke about their nature, well, that's another thing. Okay. 2 more?
Sure.
Or 3 more?
2 more is fine.
Okay. Great, let's do 2 more.
Don't forget to talk about what we're doing.
Yeah, we'll do that right now. Elizabeth is being incredibly financially irresponsible by putting her Etsy shop at everything is 30 to 50% off. There are some paintings, original oil paintings that are up there as big as this that are like 50% off. There's leggings, there is record bags, there is prints. You have homemade socks. The Turing test book is off. You have some bunch of random pieces of art you found in the basement throughout the years for various projects that you put up.
I've made them.
Well, not right, but there was a few you're like, oh yeah, I forgot.
Just find these random pieces of songs.
Kind of. That's more accurate on my end, but you're right. Yeah, but it's all the art calendars. There's a lot of stuff, and so we usually do this. Well, Elizabeth usually does this sale the week of Thanksgiving and Black Friday, but we're moving it early this year so that we can ship everything out and everything can arrive before Christmas. We're just a little worried with the postal system these days with COVID just being a bit overwhelmed, especially as Christmas comes. So we want to make sure that everything got there. So if you have friends or family or anything who you think would enjoy some art, then yeah, it's the best deal you'll get from us on our stuff all year.
And after the sale, I'm not guaranteeing that stuff can arrive before Christmas.
Yeah.
We'll do our best, but
Right. Yeah. Yes. Let's see what else. Album Winter Person comes out in 10 days.
don't forget to vote.
Next Thursday. Please vote.
Eric's working the polls.
Oh yeah, this is something I'm doing.
Poll man.
If you live in
Pole
Preston,
dancing.
Connecticut, a pole. I might do some dancing at the polls, which is pole dancing. I heard on a podcast people were like, "Hey, mostly people who volunteer at polling stations are older, and with COVID going around, they should not be there. So if you are younger and healthy and you don't feel like you aren't in any type of you know what I'm talking about, yeah, then go and volunteer at polls. So you might still have time to fill out some stuff, but if you feel like doing that,
take like intense courses today.
Well, I took like it's like some online stuff that
Like
just
how to be a
teach
good
you.
human.
Yeah, kind of. But yeah. Either way, if that's something that you feel you could do to help out, I strongly encourage you to do that. I will be in Preston, Connecticut, working at the polling place there. So if you're in Preston and didn't wisely vote by absentee ballot like we did, I'll see you on November 3rd. Anyway, let's do Dirty Lake. Is that everything? I think that's, all the stuff.
Got, like, every Monday night we're doing these shows.
Yeah, you have another paint night in a couple weeks. It's all stuff easily found online. I got no jacket on, walking in my bare feet, arms covering arms, and the snow is about knee deep. Sense of direction gone. I've got no compass either, not even close to dawn. Frostbite on my ears. Oh. Cold can't hold back this. The winter's long, but I refuse to be a pessimist, freezing everything within my view. Funny thing is, I'm a die-hard winter person through and through. In a fraction of time, I consider every option to stay within my prime. Perfection is a goal I'll get behind. I know that's an impossible prayer, but I'll miss the mark much better if I aim right there. Getting closer but never arriving seems worth the care. Yeah, it's a dirty lake that I have to swim through. I push myself right in. Yeah, there are promises I made you. Oh, my muscle sees up. Yeah, it's possible I'm drowning. Somehow I breathe enough. Oh yeah, the forces are astounding. Cold can't hold back this. The winter's dark, but I refuse to be a pessimist, breathing everything within my view. Fought it long enough, perhaps the best thing I should do is lift my hands and release the control I am attempting to exude. All right.
So you're gonna do just one more?
Yeah.
What are you gonna end with?
I hear colors.
Can we end with a new one?
Sure. Do you have a request?
Well, yeah, let's do Defy It like Cancer.
Okay. Yeah, as always, the painting that Elizabeth is doing is up for auction. Bless you.
Thank you.
About 5 or 10. About 5 or 10 minutes after this next song, we'll post when the live feed is done. We'll post a painting of. We will post a picture of the painting with the rules laid out, and basically you comment to bid on it. Good luck with the bidding, and then if you win, we'll contact you, and all you have to do is pretty much you pay us, and then just sit back for a little bit while the painting dries, and then we'll mail it off to you. Easy peasy.
You could buy it for a friend for Christmas.
It would make a fantastic Christmas present.
Who wouldn't love a Halloween painting for Christmas?
Oh, I don't even know it. Can I see? Do you want me to?
Yeah, you can see it.
I can't. My eyes don't work that well. That's pretty great. It's such a happy Christmas scene.
Such a happy Christmas.
That's a Christmas scene if I ever saw one. What? Making Christmas. Making Christmas. Oh man, I should learn some of that. I don't know if anyone is watching from the old days playing in California, Pennsylvania, at Cook and Made. Yeah, I think it was at Cook and Made. One time we played. It's kind of like a house show, and there was a guy who played. I don't know what the song is. The Oogie Boogie song. Like, you're joking. I can't believe my eyes. And I that performance is stuck in my head, and I forget who it was. I remember it was a delight. It made me. I don't really like playing cover songs all that often, but it like made me want to play it as a cover. But I don't know it now. Anyway. Defiant like a cancer, and I am up there by myself. Oh, nothing else to keep me steady. I might not move with grace. My body's broken, my spirit's ready, and I shut my eyes and move to a song loved by my sisters. The melody is strong, it turns the screaming into whispers, and the voices fade away. Every movement is an answer. I still get up on stage, defiant like a cancer. I miss my old body. The sickness takes its toll, but I'll be damned before it stops me. I take it from the top. The specifics are kinda hazy, but during every step, oh, I exude every memory. My body may look old, but I swear I am a dancer. I still get up on stage, defiant like a cancer, and I will conquer every fear. Yeah, even after the surgery. Oh, I did not get this disease. Yeah, it got me. Awesome.
You survived.
What did you add in the last song?
Just some stars.
Sweet.
And some extra little ravens.
Great.
You thought it was 3, but there's actually more.
I did think it was 3.
I fooled you.
You completely got me.
Yep.
I fell for your joke immensely. If you want to bid on it, again, we'll post it in a little bit. Thanks, guys. I know.
How you doing?
I'm okay. I maybe it was, I don't know, maybe it was a lot on your end, and whenever you come to one of our shows, we promise to be honest with you, kind of where we're at and where everything else is at. And so I hope that's, regardless of all the silly things I get or lyrics I forget or things, I hope that's valuable to you. Anyway, have a wonderful night. Yeah, let's end the streams.
Okay, goodbye,
No.
everybody. We'll see you next week.
All right. Bye.
I just hit the end stream thing?
Yep.